Hi, I'm Casey.
And I'm Jeremy.
Welcome to our farmstead, Cornucopia Orchards.
So one of the things that we're doing is we're trying to put in the upper boards and windows first and then work our way down. And that way we have less chance of, putting a boot through a window. Un momento. Now lay down a fat bead of caulk. Rather than more like a medium bead of caulk. I want to go overboard.
Oh,
Sorry.
you threw it into the camera. Now we have to try and jiggle it out sideways and not kill you.
It's good.
You want to start to death now?
Okay, I will provide.
Why are you talking at me?
Huh? I'll provide bottom support.
It's like gurgling at me.
Oh, yeah, I see that it's dripping some.
I don't like it. Okay. I have to.
El bottom.
Yeah, I have to get it out the window. Can you hold it?
Yes.
Ah!
Okay. So now two things. First, Benny, I'll hold it to the sill.
Okay. Good job.
We'll need to put some shims under the corners on the interior and try and balance out the gap between the top and the bottom.
So I want to do at least like that or more.
I would start with one fat and one skinny.
Okay, and on both sides, he says.
Okay, let's get the level out.
All right.
I'll have you take a look at level. It's kind of hard to tell, but it looks like maybe it needs to go up on this side. Needs to come up a little.
Yes.
Okay. Are there any spots where there's no space?
No.
Okay. All right. And the next step would be I will put in 2 screws to hold. We put in 2 more screws and then I'll have you check sash operation. Actually, where's the plumb?
The plumb?
Give me that feature.
The level?
The devil?
Level.
Yeah, that's better. Usually when you put the first couple of screws in, it messes it up a little bit. Any issues?
No.
Okay. So just a narrow little bead of caulk on each of these window surrounds. Again, not the bottom. Want them to be able to weep out the bottom. And other than that, these are straightforward. These outside ones are solid windows on this top space. And then inside one is a single hung. And we've got our board down onto the zip system roofing. We do have screws securing it through, and we will tape those when we are done. And that is per the recommendation. Obviously, as you want to make this in a flat plane so that when you go to put your trim on, it's going to come out nice and even. So one of the interesting things about installing these up here on the top behind me was just, first off, making sure that when you have multiple windows in a row, that your windows are going to fit. And you don't want too much room, otherwise you end up having problems of a different kind. But you want to make sure that your window in the center is going to be the hardest one to remodel if you install the other 2 first. Were there to be any issues. So if you have that concern, then check that one first. All of ours went in just fine. So we're about to install a specific kind of window. This is a casement, and these in the track have these guys. Important, remove block from sash frame before you install. I've not done that in the past, and it's a real pain. So there's just usually 1, maybe 2 of those that are inside these things. And I've seen them in the awnings that open this way as well. And you definitely want to make sure to get them out before you go and install the window. Where are you? And then the driver's going to be in there, but I can hold the window once we get it up and so. It's back there on the...
Oh, hello.
On the saw.
Okay.
It's on the saw, Ben. All right. Wow, that's easier than being on a ladder.
Oh, is it?
What do you know?
I didn't notice.
Okay. Okay. Stage driver. It'll fall off, maybe, okay? No. Right there's that. Oh, my caulk went everywhere.
No, I don't want to touch it. It has caulk everywhere.
Hey, that sits better. Eh. Oh no. So cold and slimy. Wow. Okay. Start. Yeah, that one you first have. That's where it wants to be. That's good. So this being a casement, one of the things about casement windows is obviously they have a directionality to them. So they open side to side. And they have a very interesting mechanism to them. So they have their side locking pieces, which is this whole thing right here. And then they have the crank. And the nice part about a casement, other than that, if the wind is coming the right way and you want wind, boy howdy, you're going to get it because it's going to catch it, unlike a single hung, which is you're sliding up and down, and also unlike a slider because it protrudes out. The other nice thing is that they're very easy to operate if you're in a spot where you're leaning over something, like say, you know, if you had sink or toilet. I think there's actually a toilet kind of in that spot. You know, you can just, it's just a simple hand motion instead of having to lean way out and lift up on the window. And the best part about a casement though is that they are much more efficient and much better at holding out cold air and pretty much, other than a picture window, casements are the best for that. So they're much better than sliders. They're much better than single or double hungs. They just have a great quality because they have such a tight seal to them, and they come and close in so nicely. So remembering side tape, I did a double on this one because this is actually 3.5 inches. And I didn't quite go from all the way over more than 3.5 inches. And then over there, side tape, and then one nice single flash tape on the top. So this whole side, minus a couple in the bottom, is now done. just to kind of walk it behind the ladder.
Yeah.
Yep, okay. And that can go to the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, fences.
That's what I made it for, so it would look like an outside board. That's the outside top of the
That's the
board.
butter.
It's the cream.
Jam my jelly roll.
That's the cream filling.
No, thank you. Don't like that. That's disgusting.
These are
Much said.
Dad is cursed.
That is not cursed.
Everything is cursed with you.
Go cheese him.
Okay.
I'm not in the mood for your chicanery.
My chicanery. Oh,
If he's not in the mood for his favorite son's chicanery, why would he be in the mood for yours?
What do you mean chicanery? I don't chicane. My name is Ben, not chicane.
Chica.
Apparently, you need your help though.
Oh. You're almost there. And Dad's on. On my pew pew. Such as it is. Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. I'm on the east bank, I'm on the west bank.
Yep, we're on the outside. Says we have to go that way.
Oh. How's that? Yeah.
That got caught.
Yeah.
Which was part of my plan.
It was.
I might say that's okay.
That's plum, so
Okay.
if you like
Or-
plums.
We do
Then-
have more room at the top than the bottom.
But how much? Like enough to want to shim it or no?
Probably.
My driver. Yeah.
Put some on the other window.
That says, I warned you. What you doing, Fred?
Bringing you another window.
Oh, perfect timing. I'm ready.
Oh, well, we need to de-dust it.
Oh, we do. It's dirty. Very filthy dirty. So dirty. Much window.
There, it's very clean now.
This is the inside, you dingle dongle.
Of course it is.
Why are you dusting the inside?
Because I don't like you.
Then there it's clean. Me, what? Watch your feet. Watch your.
Ah, dang it! Why did you put caulk on your fingers? You putting it on my stick now? Just wipe them on your pants. That's what they're for. There's a lot of caulk on my pants. You're pretty today.
Yeah.
It looks good. They're all in on this side.
Yeah, but we're turning around it.
So we have a little bit of some rolled sheet metal. It's a 10-inch, and that's just the closest to what I felt like I needed that I could find. This is going to be for one of our doors, and you can see I've kind of marked off my cut and bend lines. So let me show you what I'm doing here. So I'm going to run up the side a couple of inches. This piece here is going to be mostly cut off. I might keep a little corner just for a nice seam right there that I can bend over onto this piece. That all the way along the top is going to come bent upwards and form the back of the pan. And then on this end, I'll cut off the extra that would go up, and then this will all get bent down over the top of the existing flashing. So the only other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually turn the flash that comes down on the outside, and I'm going to turn that up into basically just a little hook, and that will keep this from quite butting at the bottom on the existing flashing, and it will also mean that the water has like a little rounded edge to come down and drip off of, because I ended up with just a hair too much of length. So real quick and dirty, but here's what we're looking at. So you've got your piece that fits up against the sides. Actually goes this way. You've got your outside piece, which is going to get the water all the way down to the bottom of the tray pretty much. And then you've got these little corner joints where they can pull in and seam together. And I'll fill that corner with a little bead of caulk, but that'll help hold that corner really nice. And so I can fill that up with some caulk before the door goes in. And you've got a nice, just a really nice quick and dirty pan for your door. So we've taken and nailed this in just in a couple places on both the sides and on the pan and on the front. And that's going to just hold it in really nice. I am going to flash with some of my zip tape and just join this in around the corner here, around the corner, and then the sides of the door, we're going to zip tape all the way up the sides and the top. So let's start with the pan. Step over it, just don't step on the metal.
Is this a hammer?
It is. You want to step in?
We are sealing the corner of the door pan, or sill pan, right where there is a cut mark. We're going to get some silicone sealant back there so that the water can force its way through.
Yeah, just scoop it out there.
Now I'm out on the deck.
I saw that. Watched it happen.
I've had to buy zip tape several times now because, well, at the beginning I figured I'm just taping the panel seams. I've realized since then that it is an effective air barrier as well as water barrier, and that's really the point. And so I've definitely used a lot more zip tape than I expected.
So we're about to unwrap our first big door. It's one of our 2 exteriors that are actually 8 feet tall. And this one has, I think it's a 6 or 9 glass. And we kind of peeked at them earlier, but we haven't really seen them in full. So let's take a peek.
No, that's my fingers. You want to go backwards a bit?
Yeah.
There's the 4 on the corner.
Come out again. And basically almost to the edge.
Find someplace else to put it. Maybe put it down there on top of the decking material.
Ha! That would be it. Oh, well, don't knock it over. There's no one inside to catch it.
There is 2. There's metal. You want to go futz and me gold? Oh, the top is in, but the bottom is not.
Well, you're right. So we'll need to get this thing
Because your house leans
out. The house leans.
Well, how the door is vertical. How else do you,
Oh, we didn't make these walls exactly intelligent.
I did, yeah.
I didn't know what this is broken.
It's broken? Who broke it?
Your mama does do her much so through.
Better push that bottom jam out so that door is over on the bottom a little.
Does we have Damien's hammer, Ben? Damien's hammer? Can you bring that to Grandpa? Okay. Bring it to Grandpa. Thank you.
Just taking it off.
Enough?
And you wait until it got soft.
No, not quite.
Or you could do it yourself since you
How about
are,
that?
what, 4 years old?
Let's go a little more.
5? Well, then you
Good,
should be
push
able
the
to
ball.
tie your shoes.
So we just started with screw replacements on this side. I'm gonna put some more in because this is a big door, but we have some black screws that could sink all the way in and get more than an inch of grab into the behind jamb of the structure. And I just did that on all 4 of these points, got them all shimmed up. And then in order to get the door to open, it was not the same at the bottom. And so we had to jam some screws in down here. Yeah, buddy. So now that we have this edge of the door, that jamb is secured well enough. And we will add a few more. We will add a few more screws through behind the seal before we're done. We're going to go ahead and switch to getting this side secured and making sure that we can, have the right reveal at the top as well. We're going to start in the center. We already know that the bottom is where it needs to be for the door because we worked that on this side. And on this end, you don't have any existing screws that you can replace or need to replace because there's no hinges. So we're going to work by putting some screws in behind this weather seal and placing this here. It's perfectly level, right where we want it to be. This one is disagreeing by a little bit, thinks it needs to come in, and that's the door contact side, so I might pull it a little bit more aggressive than that, even just a little. And then we'll put a screw through once we also have it plumbed this way. So all I'm shooting for is just to get the interior to be the same between the actual door panel and the outside jamb as you go all the way up. We already know that we're as level as we need to be and we're going to get, and so we're just trying to make that continuous so that the door gets a nice seal against the weather stripping.
Does that help me make it into something?
I don't know, Clark. Have you made something for your cousins yet?
Yeah.
Not yet? You need
Head in the toe.
Check the plumb one more time for me on the outside.
What, dear?
That's perfect.
So here's the interior of the door. We've finished all of our shimming, and I'm pretty pleased with the gap that goes around the actual door slab. It's maybe varies by a 1/16 in the way from top to bottom. It's a little bit tighter on the bottom and a little bit looser towards the top in a few places, but it's pretty much where I want it to be. We have good spacing for getting some insulation in, and the door operates very smoothly. So that is quite pleasing. And good weather seal contact the whole way around. So we're gonna move on from this now. Thanks for watching.